dwellment round the craft in life, harder work I do't it. But then I knew the honest truth, I wouldn't be with it.
Shetland farmers and crofters, they have a lot of disadvantages because it's a very hard climate, so it's quite a difficult place to farm and it's a long distance from the mainland. But to some extent we've been able to take advantage of that by working together. Obviously Shetland's surrounded by the sea and there's one point of entry for cows and sheep. And what we have is a system where all the cows and sheep that come into Shetland are examined by a vet and tested for various diseases.
We started off with what could only be described as a zoo.
I like that, Shetland Zoo.
But when we'd always had cattle at home. When we came here, we were stepping up from 8 cows to mid-40s of cows.
That's quite a jump.
And we were very lucky. We were very keen just to source for cattle within Shetland. We didn't want to be bringing in any disease when we could avoid it. Farm altogether probably about 1,200 acres, I would think. That includes the island of Musa. The Shetland ewes there.
So is this just as I take it what the Musa lamb is? Or
Yeah, so pure Shetland lamb, and then we take it off the island. And
what is it about the Musa lamb? It's
the best lamb you'll ever. There's nothing fancy about it. As far as eating quality goes, there's no comparison to that native Shetland lamb.
For flavour?
For flavour.
We managed after a big struggle to get a new abattoir here. There was a big reluctance on the part of both funding agencies and a number of farmers to see money spent on a new abattoir. But I think we've managed to prove them wrong. Their lowest costing was 2.4 million. We ended up building it for less than $500,000. We did it as a cooperative, and there was a number of us very determined that we could see that for a community like this, and it applies to all island communities, that if you place all your eggs in one basket and it's the store livestock trade, then you live and die by the follow hammer. The local butcher trade was suffering because they were basically totally reliant on imports, and it's only now that local meat is being offered on a regular basis to Shetlanders. And the really ironic thing about it was that Shetland's the only place in the UK where I know that they've had a full nutritional analysis done of the raw meat. The levels of benign and benevolent fatty acids in the Shetland cow's milk was replicated in the lamb. So I decided to try and do some research on my own. I scrutinised as many directories of potential butchers who might be interested in this product, and I eventually came up with one name, phoned them up, and I said, could I send you a jigget? And he said, okay, in a very posh London voice. After a fortnight I plucked up the courage to phone him back, and I said, did you try this meat? And yes, he tried the meat, and yes, that he was interested. So that started a trade that's gone on for, well, you say over 10 years now.
We sat in the porch there. It was while I was on study leave, while my exams were on the go. Dad constantly said to not worry about like getting a job while I was still at school, and just to concentrate on the exams. But I just it was something that you couldn't really keep from your mind, because as soon as the exam's done, you're left at what you want to do. And we bounced back of several different trades, and eventually we came upon a butchery, and it seemed to fit because it's linked to farming.
No money to be had in wool, it was just being chucked away. It was something you had to do, but you didn't use it for anything. We used it for mulching trees one year, didn't we? Terrible. Now it's spun organically, and we've tried dyeing some organically as well. The fleeces go away to Yorkshire for scouring organically, and then it's spun in New Lanark using water power. There's a big thing recently that Wool Week has taken off in Shetland. There's a shop locally taking it